Okay, so here's our After Effects project. You need the layer of the person walking into the road here and the one of the car on top there. First thing to do is just check that when the person enters the road, the car is in shot at the right point. So if you have the car layer on top and just lower the opacity, we can scroll through and see at that point that it is in the right place. So as the car should hit, the car is going through the layer. For now, turn the opacity all the way back up and go to the start of the shot and select the rectangle mask tool and just put a mask on this side of the frame like that. Open up the mask options and keyframe the mask path. Scroll through to where the car comes into shot, which is there, and bring the mask path along as the car goes through the shot. So just as the car should impact, bring the layer all the way to the other side that way. So if we play that through, just as the car layer hits him, the mask ends. So for now, find the point of impact, which is here, and turn off the car layer, so we have the person layer, and you want to save this frame as a Photoshop layer, and just call this body hit image. We now want to import that back in to After Effects and drag it onto our comp like that. So you want the Photoshop layer to start as the impact happens, and you want the video to end at that point. So if you Control Shift and D or Command Shift and D if you're on a Mac, that'll cut the clip like this, and you can just delete the old clip that way. So now as he comes in, freezes there. So with the body hit image Photoshop layer selected, take your mask pen tool and just rotoscope roughly around the body layer like this. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to have a lot of motion blur and stuff as it goes through. And then turn back the car layer on again. So as the car comes in, the body image then just turns to a picture. So just to sort of form the body, turn on motion blur effect here and also turn it on the Photoshop layer itself. And with the Photoshop layer selected, press Alt and press P and R to bring up rotation and position. Now you want to scroll through and just bring the body along with the car as it goes through the frame. And just add a tiny bit of rotation. There we go. So if we just turn off the mask by clicking this button here, we can just scroll through and kind of get a rough idea of how our effect is looking. So go back to the start of the Photoshop layer, and up here we've got the puppet pen tool. So if you click 3 times to the body like this, it adds a sort of puppet structure to our layer. So these are automatically keyframes. If we go through, we can just deform the body a bit and make it look like he's going over the bonnet of the car. Just make sure he goes right off frame. There we go. If we check that through now, it looks kind of brutal.